All right, well, here with Bills head coach Sean McDermott after the most recent loss to the New York Jets. Sean, it seemed like the Jets just came out and they just came out as a little bit more of the better team tonight. And what can you attribute based on what you saw from your team, and where do you go from here?
Well, it starts with myself. I got to do a better job of having our team ready to play. That's number one. Make no excuse about it. I mean, we got beat tonight in all areas, all phases, and give credit to the Jets.
It seemed like the battle at the line of scrimmage was really favoring what the Jets were doing, whether it be on the offense or the defensive side. And it was particularly surprising because the offensive line played so well this past week against the Raiders. I mean, what can you attribute to them, maybe having a little bit of a down performance tonight?
Well, again, give credit to the Jets. They did some good things up front. We just got to get back to playing Bills-style football, and that's establishing a line of scrimmage on both the offensive side, to your point, and the defensive side. That goes a long way towards playing win football.
The pass rush has been coming into focus a little bit, only because it hasn't been getting there and bringing it down the quarterback as much. But I know there's a byproduct of the quarterback getting the ball out quickly. How do you, compensate for when opponents do that and trying to nullify what you guys do best when you're coming off the edge there?
Right. Well, you want to be able to affect the quarterback, and whether he's getting the ball out fast or not. Sometimes he was, sometimes he wasn't. We need to be able to affect him, either if he's getting the ball out with our coverage concepts and make him hold the ball a little bit longer, and get our hands up if in fact the ball was coming out fast at times. Are
you fairly disappointed at how the tackling was today? It hasn't been an issue all year long, and it seemed like there was a lot of big runs busted because of missed tackles.
Yeah, we'll look at the tape and get a better feel, but I believe on the surface at least I saw some of that as well. Our tackling and fundamentals overall can be better. We've played better with better fundamentals, and that's why you drill them over and over and over again, because you have to continue to polish, refine your fundamentals, and we've got to do that going forward.
Some uncharacteristic, at least from the way the year has gone so far, penalties, mental errors. I think the Nick O'Leary getting up without being touched and going down and fumbling the ball. I mean, how do you even overcome stuff like that?
Well, you just keep fighting. You keep working. You go back to work. No one said this was going to be easy. We're 5-3 at the midway point of the season, and I'm proud of some of the things that we've done. A lot of the things that we've done, in fact, and we've got a vision for where we're going. This was obviously a step backwards, and we've got to learn from it, learn from our mistakes, hang together, and grow and move forward.
On the bright side of things, it seemed like Zay Jones really had a nice game, definitely his best so far in his career. I mean, how good is that to see just from your perspective, especially because it seemed like he was pressing a little bit early on in the season with some of the stuff that was going on?
Well, like I've said, I mean, he works hard, and rookies go through things. They all go through growth cycles, I guess is the best way to put it. He stayed hard at work, and you're seeing some of the fruits of his labor, and I'm happy for him, and you see his confidence has grown, and so that's an evolution of a rookie basically in his first year.
Big picture, halfway through the season, where have you liked your team? Where do you go from here at 5-3 at the midway point?
Well, I think the biggest thing right now is we've got to get a little bit of rest coming off of the short week here. We've got to make sure we learn from this tape and be honest with ourselves, and that starts with me. I've got to do a better job, obviously, and that's my responsibility.
What do you mean by honest with yourselves? What do you really have to, take a good hard look? I know you said be critical before. I mean, does that go right in line with, your honest assessment of your team as it is?
Right. If it's easy to turn the film on and say, it's not that bad here, it's not that bad there. No, it's you got to start with yourselves by looking. I got to look myself in the eye and say, what can I do better? And that's what I expect all of us to do. And I'm confident the men in that locker room that's what they'll do. That's why they're here, and that's why we've had the success up to this point that we've had.